Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with, well, a very special, video in my, thoughts videos, right about now, so, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty much long overdue to actually, get this, one out, but, here we are right about now, even though we've officially started 2023 not too long ago. Looks like we're here right about now counting down my list of my favorite movies from 2022. Yeah, I do indeed apologize if I took way too long to actually get this, as it's massively late as we speak for sure, and I wish I could have gotten out, that I could have gotten out right around New Year's, but I apparently got way too busy with, of course, other stuff that I need to do around that time, and plus, I did have a bit of health complications around that time for sure, so... So yeah, you can definitely see why I took that long to actually get this video out for sure, so... But I'm here now, and I'm, of course, here to, of course, well, pretty much count down my favorite movies for, of course, 2022 for sure, so yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that, believe it or not, 2022 has actually turned out to be a pretty good year for sure, and boy, I've actually done a whole lot for sure. Basically, two of the ones that I could think of for sure out of many accomplishments that I've done since last year is, of course, well, I've finally graduated college after 8 long years, and of course, I made my return to conventions ever since my last one back in 2019, before the pandemic officially started, so... So yeah, quite a whole lot of stuff that has happened around that time, but I guess there's no doubt in my mind that 2022 is actually a pretty good year for me in general, so... So yeah, and I guess in terms of movies, honestly, most of the time I did feel pretty underwhelmed because there aren't that many great ones I've actually seen by far, but hey, I still think I've seen a good amount of movies around last year for sure, and yeah, despite the fact that it wasn't exactly what I was hoping for in general around the time these actually came out, believe it or not, I still had a list to put together that actually is actually best suited, so... So yeah, hence why, of course, for this video, I'm going to be counting down all of these movies that I have listed for sure, so yeah, honestly, I had a hard time putting this list together because I don't know where to actually place them, but upon careful analysis for sure, I actually did pick out the good ones that I've actually seen that did actually make it into the final cut for sure, so yeah, I guess unlike the last couple of years where of course I counted down pretty much my top 10 favorite movies both in 2019 and 2020, and of course, in my last list that I did last time, where of course I count down my top 15 favorite movies of 2021, I've decided to go for somewhere in between, and I'm going to be counting down my top 12 favorite movies for 2022, so yeah, no particular reason on why, I just thought I would go for somewhere down in the middle of about now, so yeah, and of course, keep in mind, much like all the other lists, pretty much, you pretty much know the drill, pretty much a mixture of course, basically, movies released in theaters with a little bit of, movies released on streaming services at the same time, and of course, another thing to keep in mind, this is my list, so yeah, I'm pretty sure yours is different than what I've put together, but these ones, I have to say, are definitely my favorites that I've actually seen for sure, so yeah, I guess you can pretty much get the clear picture on that, so So yeah, with that being said, I'm pretty sure we've gotten the introduction out of the way. So yeah, and not to worry, I've provided time codes in this video, so that way you can skip to each individual spot for sure. So yeah, I guess with that being said, seeing how yeah, I'm pretty much massively late to get this out. Let's go ahead and pretty much well. Yeah, I mean, since it is 2023 right about now, yeah, I am pretty late on this one. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and count down my top 12 favorite movies of 2022. So yeah, I think you can pretty much get the drill on that. So with that being said, here we go. Number 12. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, I guess kind of makes sense to, of course, start off this list with, of course, a little something from the MCU for sure, because, well, I have to admit, I still think this is actually a pretty good movie because, yeah, I think, obviously, I know for sure I love the first Doctor Strange movie around the time it came out, and it did quite fascinate me from, of course, what I've actually seen for sure, and how well Doctor Strange himself is, of course, carried out in the MCU for sure. So yeah, when it comes to, of course, this movie, honestly, I wouldn't necessarily say it's pretty much on par with, of course, the first film, but I do have to say it is a really good follow-up for sure. So yeah. And I guess from what I can gather, I think it's quite interesting that Sam Raimi decided to bring himself in to direct this movie because, well, we actually haven't seen him direct a superhero movie since all three Spider-Man movies that he did. So yeah, I guess from what I can gather, I say he did a fine job directing this movie regardless, and I think everything from, of course, what I've actually seen, everything from a visual standpoint to getting to know the pretty much the cast and the characters to pretty much a fine story with a really nice in-depth take on, of course, the multiverse, which we've barely actually seen for sure. But yeah, regardless of course, all that, we did get ourselves a really good time with, of course, this movie, and for while not necessarily great by all means, I still think it's a good movie nonetheless. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say for Multiverse of Madness right about now. So yeah. Number 11. Turning Red. Yeah, I guess it's actually no big surprise on how much I actually really like this movie for sure, and the way they've actually represented that idea with, of course, a pretty much a teenage, or should I say, middle school girl turning into a giant red panda when that helps correspond with her emotions is actually a really interesting take for sure, and I will have to say, this movie actually did a fine job in, of course, utilizing this idea just fine. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's perfect by all means, but I do think it's actually a really good one for sure. And yeah, I guess if anything, it's pretty much what I would expect from, of course, Pixar for sure. I just really love, of course, some of the nice and unique ideas that they want to throw in for sure. And I will have to say this movie did a fine job in, of course, utilizing these ideas quite well, and yeah, actually does result in, of course, a pretty good movie nonetheless. So yeah, and of course, everything else I can say but now I really, yeah, I will have to admit, the story can be a little bit cliched, and of course, not really as gripping as much as I would expect it for sure, but I do like pretty much a really good, strong connection with, of course, the characters that each got a good sense of development as the film goes on, and plus, I actually really do love the interesting callbacks to the early 2000s for sure, because, well, I actually did grew up in that era for sure, so I definitely know what that's like for sure, so yeah, I guess if anything, it's pretty much what I can say for Turning Red for sure. Not necessarily a great one for sure, but certainly is much better than another Pixar movie that we got this year. But it is certainly well worth the watch for sure. So yeah, definitely really like that one. Number 10. The Batman. Yeah, I guess I know a lot of people are gonna kill me if they don't see this movie on this list, and but although I am lucky to, of course, give it the number 10 spot for sure, because yeah, I guess from what I can gather, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that I actually really do like this movie for sure. So yeah, I know that's saying a whole lot, because I have seen plenty of stuff revolving around Batman and other media for sure, and I guess in the case of this movie, I say it is worthy enough to be a really good Batman movie on its own for sure. So sure, I will admit its runtime does go on for way too long for sure. Almost like I'm wondering how long until this movie ends for sure. But regardless on that, I was, of course, really hooked on with, of course, what I've actually seen. I really do admire the story. I really love the dark and gritty imagery that it's actually been given. I love the villains, though I will admit the Riddler is, of course, a big off for me. And, of course, I will have to say Robert Pattinson is, of course, without a doubt, a really great Batman for sure. So yeah. I guess from what I can gather, Robert Pattinson as Batman really does shine through in, of course, this movie entirely. I was really hooked on with what they've actually done with him, and not to mention, I really do like the way they actually have him carry out this really nice and unique idea, of course, having him as a detective, which is kind of the whole point of Batman for sure, because, well, we've seen him as a superhero in the past incarnations of Batman, but this movie really does take the spot in making him a really nice detective for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, that's one thing I'm really quite happy to see in this movie for sure. So yeah, everything else really does shine through, and yeah, it is without doubt a really good Batman movie entirely. So yeah, definitely well worth the wait, regardless on some massive setbacks that we've actually got entirely while the movie was in production. But it was well worth it nonetheless, and who knows, maybe some point around later on, I'm excited to see on where they're going to go next with, of course, this one, but we shall wait and see on that. Number 9. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that I actually really do enjoy this movie in its entirety, and yeah, and I know that's coming a whole lot because, well, the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie is actually good for sure, and yeah, I definitely did say that I say it's on the same level as Detective Pikachu as a really good video game movie, and I still stand by my word on that. But Sonic 2, on the other hand, really does take everything that I like about the first movie and just crank it up a notch to a point where I really do start enjoying it more and more. So yeah, I guess if anything, I really do admire the second film a whole lot more, or should I say, as much as I really love the first movie for sure. So yeah, literally does take everything that I absolutely love about the first Sonic movie and just crank it up a notch to a point where, of course, I'm enjoying it more and more. So yeah, I guess from my standpoint, I really do like Sonic 2 for sure. Certainly a really good follow-up to a really good movie that we got a couple years ago for sure. So yeah, everything else from what I can say, I still love Jim Carrey as Dr. Ackleyattack, and yes, I'm still calling him that. Don't attack me. And of course, I really love the nice new additions they throw in, like of course bringing in Tails and Knuckles is of course a really good addition, almost to the point where I actually did look at this movie and say I called it. So yeah, and of course something. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that I actually did predicting some things are gonna go down in Sonic 2 in my mind, and yeah, I actually did say I called it. So yeah, I guess if anything, I really do love Sonic 2 for what it is about now. It is certainly a really good follow-up to a really good video game movie for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, Sonic 2 definitely well worth the watch for sure. I definitely enjoy it as much as I love the first film for sure, and it's a good thing too because they've already pretty much they're already getting things underway for not only that Knuckles spin-off, but also Sonic 3 that's gonna be coming out in 2024. So yeah, will the latter be as good as the first two, or will it actually start to have a massive downgrade like most of the Sonic games? Only time will tell on that, but for now, Sonic 2 is definitely well worth the watch for sure. I definitely love it when it first came out, and I still love it now, so yeah. Number 8. Wendell and Wild. Yeah, I guess from what I can gather about now, this movie really does shine through with, of course, what it's actually done in its entirety. Yeah, so yeah, quite literally, it actually feels great to, of course, see Henry Selick actually come back to, of course, direct a movie for sure. And this is the massive comeback that he deserves, as we haven't actually seen a film that he's directed since Coraline back in 2009, and yeah, it really does deliver, and of course, what it's actually done for sure. Everything from, of course, a really great story, interesting characters, and some brilliant stop-motion animation that I've seen in its entirety really does make it a really strong movie to me for what it is in its entirety. So yeah. I always get a good kick out of course, seeing Wendell and Wild when I actually first saw it for sure, and I wasn't sure what to expect upon going into it in its entirety, but I'm glad I actually did, and this movie really does shine through with, of course, what it's actually done for sure. So yeah, if you actually got the time and if you want to see something good around Halloween, like I did a few months ago, then I say Wendell and Wild is definitely well worth checking out for sure. So yeah, definitely love this movie from beginning to end, and yeah, certainly feels great to have Henry Selick come back. So yeah, welcome back, man. Hope you'll actually make another great stop-motion movie as good as this film. So yeah. Number 7. Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that as someone who actually really does love Weird Al Yankovic, this movie really does shine through all the way. So yeah. I guess with, of course, what I've actually seen, I know I've actually seen plenty of good biopics in its entirety, but the way this movie actually did it in such a way really does fascinate me a whole lot, and I was really hooked on with, of course, what I've actually seen in its entirety for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, it really does shine through with, of course, a really gripping story. Not only mixing in stuff that happened in Weird Al's life, but also fictionalizing a bit to a point on, of course, I actually didn't notice very much, but it also does know how to be funny for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, it really does not only works as a really good biopic, but it also really pretty much works as a really good spoof movie as well. So yeah, and everything else that I can say, especially Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic himself. What more can I say about it? This movie is definitely well worth the watch, and I really do enjoy it for what it is. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that. So yeah, Weird Al Yankovic being played by Daniel Radcliffe in a biopic about Weird Al Yankovic. It's got me hooked. Number 6. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Yeah, say what you will about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I do like it fine, and I will admit Thor: Love and Thunder I thought was okay at best, but I don't think these two could actually top Black Panther: Wakanda Forever for sure. So yeah, I know that's saying a whole lot because, well, it is established for pretty much years ago that I will have to say Black Panther is definitely one of my favorite films in the MCU for sure, and yeah, and I guess when I actually saw the trailers for, of course, Wakanda Forever, I was actually really hooked on with, of course, what I've actually seen, and it really does utilize, of course, some ideas that I want to throw in, despite some recent events that had occurred right before the movie started. So yeah, the way they've actually done this movie in its entirety, I actually really do think it stands out well alongside the first Black Panther for sure. So yeah, I was, of course, really hooked on with, of course, everyone at Wakanda in its entirety. Of course, yeah, as I do know, pretty much it is focus that pretty much the first film is focused mainly on Black Panther himself, but I do like seeing how this film is entitled Wakanda Forever. It does keep the focus entirely on everyone at Wakanda, and yeah, I was, of course, really hooked on for sure, because I do want to see more with these characters for sure, and I'm glad that I did for sure. So yeah, and everything else from, of course, the characters, the story, and the incredible action scenes and stuff, and even some really nice visuals and effects for sure, which thankfully has been improved on since the first film. It really does make it a really great follow-up to a really great superhero movie for sure. And of course, let's not forget, I really do love the tributes to pretty much Chadwick Boseman in this movie. It really does struck a chord with me in its entirety, and yeah, it definitely shows that his legacy is continuing on, especially in, of course, this movie. So yeah, it is such a shame that he passed away before this movie got underway, but I definitely know that he definitely left a massive legacy, and I definitely miss him. Yeah, just by thinking of Chadwick Boseman passing away right before this movie started, and on how they pretty much utilized the hang in this movie. Yeah, I will admit, it is quite refreshing to see, but at the same time, it's almost making me cry. So I certainly miss him. So I'm so sad that he's gone. All right, well, go ahead and move on to the next one. Yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to the next spot on this list while I take a moment to let it all out. So again, it's such a shame that he passed away for sure. I'm so sad. Number 5. Roald Dahl's Matilda the Musical. Yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that, I guess in terms of Roald Dahl's classic books for sure being turned into films, I guess if anything, Matilda is of course one that we've hardly actually gaga for sure, though granted we still have the Mara Wilson version in its entirety, but I guess if anything, this movie really does shine through all the way, so yeah, I guess with, of course, what I've actually seen in its entirety, Matilda the Musical really does work well as a really great movie in its entirety because, yeah, what can I say about it that a lot of people haven't already because, well, I know that's saying a whole lot because on my part because, well, I actually really do love the Broadway show this movie is based on, and I'm really quite thrilled this movie actually really does shine through and is equally as impressive as the stage show, and not to mention, I still like the Mara Wilson film as it is, but pretty much both the Broadway show and this movie definitely works well as a much more faithful adaptation to the Roald Dahl book in its entirety, and yeah, I guess if anything, it still shines through, even to this day. I still got hooked on with, of course, the really great story. I was, of course, fascinated and, of course, intrigued with, of course, the characters and of course, the music and the songs are, of course, absolutely as memorable as always. And of course, I was really hooked on with, of course, the really strong acting in, of course, this film. Yeah, like, of course, I really do admire Lashana Lynch as Miss Honey, and I was hooked on with, of course, Matilda, played by Alicia Weir. She's, of course, really shined through, and, of course, a lot like everyone else, I absolutely love Emma Thompson as Miss Trunchbull. So yeah, everything that I can say for this movie, it definitely works well as pretty much being much more faithful to the original book and does carry out everything that I absolutely love about the stage musical in its entirety. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that Roald Dahl's Matilda the Musical really does work well as a really great movie in its entirety, since it, well, carries out the same name as the stage musical in its entirety. But yeah, regardless on that, I think I definitely know for sure that it's definitely well worth the watch if you saw it on the big screen in the United Kingdom, or of course if you're like me in other countries, including the United States, and actually saw it on Netflix for sure. So yeah, whichever you're right about now, Matilda the Musical is a really great movie in its entirety, and I enjoyed it when I first saw it, and I still enjoy it now for sure, and, well, I guess, if anything, I think Matilda said it best.
Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
Well freaking said, Matilda. Well freaking said. Number 4. Now, for this spot right about now, honestly, it's pretty much a tie between two anime films that I really do enjoy, yeah. So, yeah. I know it's actually far different because in my last favorite movies list, I did actually place Demon Slayer Mugen Train and Sailor Moon Eternal at the number 2 spot, but I guess if anything, these two that are taking this spot on the list, I do enjoy them fine, but I definitely know the other three are, of course, much more greater for sure, and of course, for the second one, I didn't necessarily see it on the big screen around the time it came out, but I guess if anything, it's actually so great, I decided to include it in anyways, alongside the other film that I'm going to be showing off right here, so So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get those out of the way right about now. So yeah, taking the number 4 spot on this list is of course a tie between two anime films, which are of course Dragon Ball Superhero and Mamoru Hosoda's Belle. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and start off with, of course, Dragon Ball Superhero, and honestly, I never really got myself fully admitting to, of course, the Dragon Ball franchise for sure, because, well, I have seen plenty of anime shows and movies for sure, but I guess if anything, seeing how it is, of course, the one movie that I want to check out, I have to say this movie really does kick ass with, of course, what it's actually done for sure. Really does keep the spirit of course, Dragon Ball in its entirety, while, of course, bringing in some new and interesting ideas in its entirety, so yeah, I guess it's probably, one reason I actually really do enjoy this movie for sure. Sure, I will admit some parts of the animation is a bit off in its entirety, but I was really hooked on with, of course, everything else that this movie actually threw in for sure, so yeah. I guess if anything, Dragon Ball Superhero really does hook me in all the way, and it really does kick ass in its entirety for sure, so yeah, and of course, hopefully within a matter of time, if I am actually really lucky, I'm actually shooting to see plenty of other Dragon Ball shows and movies that have actually came out beforehand for sure, so yeah, when the time actually does come, I think it'll actually be well worth it for sure, so yeah, I guess if anything, Dragon Ball Superhero, I enjoy it all the way. It's definitely well worth it for sure, so yeah, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to Belle, so yeah, and of course, what can I say about this movie that I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't already. It really does hook me on with, of course, what it's actually done, and with this being Mamoru Hosoda's take on Beauty and the Beast, it really does shine through with, of course, what it's actually done. I really love some of the unique ideas they want to throw in for sure. Yeah, I really got myself hooked on with the nice world building with the world of you, and I really do love the sense of development that Suzu actually got throughout the entire course of the movie for sure, whether it be from the real world or, of course, in the world of you, so yeah, and of course, the way she actually takes on her you avatar, Belle, it really does shine through with, of course, what it's actually done. I was hooked on all the way, and plus, not to mention, I really do admire the music and the songs, and of course, this one. I've actually listened to a good number of them on YouTube, and they've hooked me on all the way for sure, so yeah, much like what I said about Dragon Ball Superhero, Belle is without a doubt a really fantastic movie all the way, and I enjoy it for, of course, what it is entirely, so yeah, I guess that would beg the question, could there be a strong possibility that I might do a Belle cosplay for sure, and, well, not necessarily the Disney version, but more the Belle and, of course, the Mamoru Hosoda movie that I'm talking about. I can definitely see that happening, but we'll probably wait and see on that front right by now. So yeah, I guess until then, Dragon Ball Superhero and Belle, they are really, really deserving to take the number 4 spot on this list. So yeah. Number 3. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Yep, it seems like, since I've been long overdue to see the first film, which I will admit is actually a really good movie, The Last Wish, on the other hand, is without doubt a really great follow-up for sure. So yeah, with what I've actually seen over the course of the entire movie, I was hooked on with, of course, what I've actually seen in its entirety. Everything from, of course, the really nice and gripping story, the likable and interesting characters, the amazing animation they throwing in for sure. It really does hook me on all the way, and I was really impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen for sure. So yeah. I guess, if anything, I was really hooked on with, of course, this movie in its entirety, and it really does shine through with, of course, what I've actually seen in its entirety. So yeah, I guess, if anything, it is definitely a really great one from DreamWorks Animation, to which, yeah, it's a good thing too, because we haven't actually seen a really great movie from DreamWorks Animation after quite a long time for sure. So yeah, I think it is the right time to, of course, get this out for sure. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that front right about now. So yeah, nothing much else I can say except, well, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Really great movie in its entirety, and I enjoy it all the way, so yeah. Number 2. Top Gun Maverick. Alright, yeah, I guess, long story short, I guess ever since it came out, especially throughout the course of this year, well, much like Demon Slayer Mugen Train back in 2021, where I thought we're putting at number 1. I guess for the case of Top Gun Maverick, on the other hand, I guess I'm pretty sure I've been thinking of putting this at number 1 for sure. But yeah, I guess one other movie is actually much more deserving of that for sure. So yeah, let's go ahead and stick with this movie in its entirety. And well, I actually still love this movie in its entirety. So yeah, everything from, of course, what I've actually seen, it really does keep true to, of course, the spirit of course, the original Top Gun Maverick, while also throwing in some really nice and new ideas they want to throw into it for sure. So yeah, and of course, getting to fly around in all these jets that we see on screen is actually really great for sure. And yeah, everything else for sure, because, yeah, what can I say about it in its entirety that a lot of people haven't? So yeah, much like the Batman, it definitely feels great to see this finally got released after massive amount of delays for sure, and it really does show that it is certainly well worth the wait in its entirety. So yeah, I guess if anything, Top Gun Maverick really hooked me on all the way. I definitely enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the original Top Gun Maverick for sure. So yeah, who knows where they're gonna go next with this, since after it finally came out. But whatever the case may be, it is certainly well worth it to say that this movie, a lot like the original, is in the need for speed. Now, before we can go ahead and get to the number 1 spot on this list, I actually want to take the time to, of course, go over the honorable mentions as we speak. So yeah, like I said, I had a hard time putting this list together for sure, because I don't know what movies that I think are deserving for each spot for sure. But I guess for the case of pretty much the honorable mentions for sure, I do like them fine, but I don't really think they're worthy enough to take each individual spot for sure. But I do think they deserve a whole lot of recognition for sure. So yeah, I guess with that being said, let's go ahead and go over the honorable mentions. So here we go. Scream 2022. Yeah, I guess if anything, as someone who never actually saw any of the other Scream movies, I say this is actually a really good one for sure. Keeping the spirit of course, the original fine, but also mocking, of course, pretty much requels to really good horror movies for sure, which actually does make a really good movie as it is, and I'm really excited to see Scream 5 when it actually, well, not necessarily Scream 5, but Scream 6 that is coming out this year for sure, so yeah, only time will tell if it'll actually be as good as this movie for sure, but yeah, this recent Scream movie is really well worth it for sure. Riverdance: The Animated Adventure. Yeah, I guess if anything, it's not really a strong movie by all means, but as someone who actually really does enjoy the stage show in its entirety, I say this does work well as a movie on its own for sure, so yeah. Not necessarily great, but certainly a good one that's definitely well worth the watch. The Bad Guys. Yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is, of course, a really great one from DreamWorks, and I guess if anything, unlike the latter that I actually mentioned, where it's, of course, the main course, I will admit pretty much The Bad Guys is, of course, a really good appetizer that really does got me in a really good mood for sure. So yeah, not necessarily a great one by all means, but it is a good one that's well worth checking out. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. What can I say about it? It really does work well as a movie on its own, and I really love the unique ideas they throw into, of course, this one. So yeah, definitely well worth checking out for sure. And yeah, I guess if anything, I might actually check out the show it's actually based on for sure. And speaking of which, the Bob's Burgers movie. Yeah, I guess if anything, I never actually saw the show it's actually based on, but going into it as a newcomer based on this movie, I say this is actually a really good introduction for me for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, I really do like this movie for what it is, and yeah, I might actually check out the show later on. Lightyear. Yeah, I guess if anything, this movie might not actually be the strongest from Pixar by far, but I say it does do fine as, of course, a solo movie because, well, as someone who actually really likes the Toy Story movies, I actually do think this movie did serve its purpose as it is. So yeah, Elvis. Yeah, I guess if anything, from what I've actually seen, I was really hooked on with, of course, this movie for sure. It really does capture the spirit of the king of rock and roll himself, and not to mention the really great direction from Baz Luhrmann really does make this a really good movie that's definitely well worth checking out. I enjoyed it when it first came out, and I still enjoy it today. Minions: The Rise of Gru. Yeah, I guess if anything, it's certainly much better than the first Minions movie for sure, but I say it really does do a fine job with, of course, what it is in its entirety. Though I will admit, I do find it kind of ironic that they have to serve it as a prequel to, of course, the first Despicable Me movie, but I say it did its purpose nonetheless. Nope. Yeah, I guess it is such a shame that I couldn't actually place a top spot on this list, but I still enjoyed this movie in its entirety. Yeah, really love the great acting from, of course, Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer. Really great direction from, of course, Jordan Peele. And not to mention, really does play out the scare factor very well. So yeah, Nope is without doubt a massively solid yes for me. Hocus Pocus 2. Yeah, I guess from what I can gather, I really do like this movie as much as I love the original for sure. Sure, it does have some slip-ups every once in a while, but I really do love the interesting callbacks they brought in from the first film, which actually does make it a really good follow-up nonetheless, and certainly well worth checking out alongside the original around Halloween time. Strange World. yeah, I guess if anything, aside from, of course, all the other animated Disney films that we got before, this one is unfortunately weak, but on its own, I do think it's actually quite good for sure. Again, does have some slip-ups from what I can gather, and certainly not as strong as, of course, all the other animated films from Disney that we got beforehand. But again, much like Lightyear, it definitely served its purpose just fine, and yeah, it actually does make it a good, but not great experience nonetheless. And the final runner-up is Avatar: The Way of Water. Yeah, I guess if anything, as someone who almost kinda was a little bit hooked on with, of course, the original Avatar, I will admit this sequel, I have to say, is actually a pretty good one for sure. And yeah, I was still strong. Yeah, I still have a strong love for the really great visuals, and I will admit the story is slightly better than the first film for sure. So yeah, again, it does have some massive slip-ups from what I can gather, but I guess if anything, on its own, I do think it is a really good follow-up to a pretty much a not necessarily a great film, but still a good film nonetheless. So yeah, and of course, I'm quite curious to see on how Avatar 3 is, of course, gonna play out for sure. So whatever the case may be, The Way of Water is certainly well worth the watch for sure. And now we've come to the #1 spot on this list. Now, again, I did say to myself, I had a hard time putting this list together because there's so many movies that I've actually seen throughout 2022 that I actually really do like, that I'm not sure where to place for sure. But after careful analysis in its entirety and upon looking back on it, this movie, I will have to admit, is actually deserving to take the #1 spot for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on your list, and I'm pretty sure it's on everyone else's list, and, well, just to make you happy, and especially me, I definitely know I've made the right choice in placing this movie at the #1 spot. So, what it is, you may ask? Let's find out. And my #1 favorite movie of 2022 is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Boy, talk about an interesting year for sure in terms of Pinocchio movies for sure. We actually had the Disney live-action remake, which is just absolutely terrible, and I don't want to necessarily talk about it. And of course, we have the Pauly Shore version, which is absolutely bizarre. But now we've come to the great one, by all means, with, of course, this movie, and my God, this movie is without a doubt absolutely amazing for what it is. So yeah, I guess from what I've actually seen, I really do enjoy this movie in its entirety. It really does keep the spirit of course, the original story of Pinocchio himself, but at the same time, it really does offering something new that I've never actually knew about in its entirety right up until I first see it. So yeah, I guess about anything, it really does brought in some really great actors who pulled off some really great performances, some amazing direction from Guillermo del Toro, and of course, I really do admire the animation for sure. So yeah, definitely on there alongside Wendell and Wild for sure. This movie really does shine through with its animation in its entirety, and I really do love on a really nice realistic take for sure. So yeah, what can I say about it that a lot of people haven't already? Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is without a doubt a really, really fantastic movie in its entirety, and I am really glad to actually see it for sure. So yeah, and I guess if anything, it is such a shame that I decided to give this movie instead of Top Gun Maverick the #1 spot, but seeing how I really do enjoy this movie in its entirety, I say this movie really does deserve the #1 spot for sure. So So yeah, definitely a brilliant movie from beginning to end. I enjoyed it all the way, and yeah, it definitely deserves the #1 spot as my favorite movie of 2022. So yeah. And I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video. And yeah, again, I've been long overdue to actually get this out because of some things that have actually happened to me in its entirety. But I'm all good now, and I am right as ring as always. So yeah, I guess with that being said, let me know in the comment section below on what your favorite movies of 2022 is. So yeah, I would definitely love to know for sure, because yeah, again, I had a hard time putting this list together, but I'm pretty satisfied with, of course, what I've actually picked for sure. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that front. Thank you guys so much for watching, and well, it's not over just yet. Tune in next time, where of course I'm finally gonna be counting down my top 10 favorite my top 10 movies that I'm really excited to see for 2023 this year for sure. Yeah, I know I've already gotten started with, of course, my movie-going experience for, of course, this year. But I still want to throw in on some ones that I'm really excited to see for this year, just to get them out of the way. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say on that front. And yeah, nothing much else from here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, like I said, I do promise that I will have a outro once I get some things out of the way, but that won't happen until sometime later. So yeah, I guess you're just gonna have to be patient for now. So yeah, right up until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.